Hello, my dear friends. This is a trip to Denmark. Denmark is a small country in the northern Europe above Germany. It belongs to Scandinavian countries. It's small country because it is 43,000 kilometers squares. The population is about 6 million people. It contains a lot of islands. Zealand Island is the biggest one, where is Copenhagen. Here we are on our way to Nyhavn. Nyhavn is one of the biggest attractions of the city. The population of Copenhagen is about 1.5 million people, the metropolitan area. The main city is about 600,000 people. This is the memorial anchor. It's a monument for the losses the Denmark had in the Second World War. Nyhavn is a canal people made, and this in the opposite side is the house of one of the biggest writers, tale writers, Andersen. So here is Nyhavn. Nyhavn, we can see it during the day, and we will see it and during the night. It has a lot of bars and restaurants to eat, and it's a very lively place. It's one of the biggest attractions, as I told you. Denmark, it belongs from 1973 to the European Union. It's easy, it's very accessible, and from Europe it's easy to go to Denmark, to Copenhagen. I found with Aegean Airlines a very cheap air ticket, about 80 euros. So I went there. It is a very expensive town. All the Scandinavian countries and places are very expensive for the people from the south, and but they have a very high quality of life, very good salaries. But I think the people are very cold and indifferent. So you don't need any passport controls. They belong to Schengen, and it's very easy to come here. It's also easy to come from the airport to the town. You can use a train just only on stop. It costs about 60 corons. It is about 8 euros, 7 euros, something like that. And I enjoyed very much. It was my second time here in Copenhagen. So there are a lot of plans from footage from Nyhavn. I booked an hotel next to Havbanov, as they call it, the main train station. This is the house of Andersen. Next to the train station, very accessible, very easy to find. It was about, without breakfast, 80 euros per night. It was like a cabin. If you want to stay there and play very cheap, it's a very good position. It's very close to the city center. The city center is accessible by feet. Very walkable town. I didn't use any, apart from this train to the airport, any means of transportation. Some other plants from Nyhavn Canal. I think it's about a kilometer long, very walkable. And now we are ready to go to the Little Mermaid, the famous statue that the Denmark is known for. Here we are on our way to the Little Mermaid. We had to walk from Nyhavn, it's about 1.5 kilometers. We had to walk through a park. There was a bunker there and a camp, and I didn't know the route. I used my GPS and maps, Google Maps. I think this is St. Michael's Church. It's a lone church. I don't have footage from this place, from this camp, because there were soldiers and they didn't allow me to shoot a film. There are a lot of monuments. I don't know the contribution from the Denmark military to the Second World War. It is like an irony because all these countries, Scandinavian countries, were neutral to the Second World War. So I don't know what is the meaning of these statues. We follow this route as the GPS showed me, but I didn't manage. This is the camp to walk through the camp. They didn't allow me, so I did the round. I walked the round path through the church to go to the Little Mermaid. So this is the statue of the Little Mermaid. Someone will expect to find a very big statue, but it's a very short, very small statue. It is about 1.25 centimeters and it weighs about 175 kilograms. The artist was a Danish sculptor called Eriksen, and he built this statue about 90 uh, uh, 13. So this this is Copenhagen by night. The sculpture was a victim of a lot of vandalism, beheaded and something like this. And I don't know which version I saw of the statue. Here we are, close to the square of town hall. One of the biggest streets, the main street is Andersen. It's Andersen Boulevard, and then you can walk this pedestrian road. No, it is not accessible to the cars, and you can go this. It has a lot of names. I think it's called, because the name is changed, Frederiksvergate Strasse Street, and it's the main street with a lot of shops, restaurants, and all the Copenhagen life there. So I have a story to tell you. Copenhagen, Denmark and Copenhagen was the first place that Led Zeppelin, my favorite band, as I have already told you, that they gave the first concert as New Yardbirds. This took place in university club at a university called Gladsteaks, and it was held back in September 7th of September of 1968. They have an agreement and they played as a New Yardbirds. And the other story is that about early of 1970 they played as the Knobs here again in Copenhagen because the family of Zeppelin uh, uh, especially Eva von Zeppelin, who lived in Copenhagen, she didn't allow the Led Zeppelin to use their name, their family name, and they tried to meet her and to show that they are very good people. This is Nyhavn by night, or these Led Zeppelin stories. Led Zeppelin is and music is one of my passions, so forgive me if I'm talking a lot about Led Zeppelin. If I had a time machine, the first thing I will do that was to see a Led Zeppelin concert during this era, about late 60s, early 70s. They were at the peak of their career. So we hear that we can see that here Nyhavn is a very lively place. It is winter right now. It is January. It is a lot of cold, freezing cold. There is no snow, but the cold is very freezing. You feel like very lower than it is, and it seems to be. So we are preparing for the next day to drive through Øresund Bridge and about 80 kilometers bridge that it connects Denmark with Sweden. So the next day we are going to Malmo to see Malmo, Sweden. So here we are at Malmo. We came by train. It was very cheap to come here. This is the main train station, a lot of canals. It's next to the city's town. It's the third biggest town of Sweden after Stockholm and Göteborg. It's about 345,000 people. It has a lot of places to visit. I had only 3 hours to visit this place, so I went only to the city center. It's a very good, it's a nice if you are in Copenhagen to visit this town. This is Stortregret Square. Sorry for my pronunciation. And it's a walkable town, small town. Nothing special to see as Copenhagen. There is a castle you can visit. There is an art museum. And this town is famous for two things or persons. The most famous person from Malmö, Sweden, is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and the next one is that 2004, 2024, sorry. This is the biggest street, Neptune Garden Street. Here it was the Eurovision contest, Malmo, Sweden. It's very easy to go. The only tip I have to say is not to book the ticket with return because it is cheapest from Sweden, slightly cheapest. This is a bridge with some shoes, I don't know. There are the names of the donator and some dates here. So, this was a short trip to Denmark and Sweden. I hope you enjoyed. It was very affordable and accessible and easy to see something very different, to see a very good organized countries that everything is perfect from the side of the state. Sweden is also expensive, but not so expensive as it is in Copenhagen. So thank you for watching this video.